Hello, hello, crafty friends. Stacy here with my Tuesday tutorial. And that's right, I'm doing Christmas in July. So this week we are making this fun front pocket gift card holder. So check this out. This is a hotel room key, but same size as a gift card. So imagine this was a gift card and it goes in the front of your card and your card still opens to reveal your message. So I think this is super fun. It's really super easy. And what's great about this is I'm using everything from my stash. So all of these items are retired from Stampin' Up, but you may have them in your stash. So if you want to recreate the exact same card I'm using, I don't know how to say this, but it's Drushy adhesive backed embellishments, I guess, Drusy. Just love these. They're really big and I thought they were perfect. So check that out. On my gift card, I put one of them. So it's for your recipient an easy grab for them. So, and if you don't want to put a gift card in here, you can make a tag and have this reveal a secret message. So that's also another idea. So I have a little bit left from last year, but this is my Take a Bow 6x6 DSP paper. Love, love, love this. I used it so much last year. Also, greetings for you mix and match ephemera. I picked up a couple of packs of these because after I saw how easy they made card making, I picked up a few extra packs. I hope you did too. So I'll be using these for years to come. You get so much in here, but I use them. Also, Festive Friends, one of my favorites that's staying in my stash. I used that for my Santa and for the other dies there. And then also for my inside sentiment, it's the most wonderful time of year. I used Greetings of the Season. I'm also using a little circle punch. I think this is probably a 1 inch punch or a half-inch punch, whatever, just to make my notch. So something to make a notch on gift card holder. So that's what I'm using. A lot of things for my stash. I love to bust my stash. I hope you do too. And for our pieces, so what you're going to need, and I'll have everything linked down below in the description for you. I'll either type out the instructions or I'll have a PDF for you to download, but you're going to use a regular A2 size card. So then some pieces we're going to need for our inside. I'm using real red. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Then I'm using a piece of basic white, 3 3/4 by 5. Then my DSP here to go along the bottom is 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4. Then for my front pieces, let me get all this out of the way. I have my real red. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's going to cover my entire white card base. Then I have my DSP. This is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then my basic white is 4 by 5 1/4. This basic white is 3 7/8 by 3 5/8. And then my DSP is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And then you're going to use whatever you need for your sentiments, whatever die and bundle you're going to use. So this is perfect for any holiday, any occasion. Think birthday. Really, it's just whatever you're going to put on the front of your card, and then it's that theme. So for me, I'm going to start making all of my Christmas cards and my gift card holders. I need lots of gift card holders for Christmas. This is super easy and really going to be one that I duplicate lots this year. So let me show you this little Santa here. So I already did this off camera. So I colored my Santa. Let me show you what I used. So for his skin tone, I used SU 900 and I did his hands that. And then for all the red that you see here, I used my dark real red. Then for the shoes, I used my light basic black. And then lots of you have this in your stash, but remember stickles? So these are sold all over at all the big box stores, but this was from my CTMH stash that I still have left over. So it's a Ranger product, and I'm using diamond stickles. And as you can see, I put some on his pom-pom hat, around the trim of his hat, and around the trim of his coat there. Might be hard to see in the camera, but it is picking up a little bit there. There you go. It's real super sparkly in person. So that's what I used over here as well. I used a different one. This one is the diamond, and I had another one. I forgot what it was called, but that one's a little shinier. Okay, so let's get to how easy this card is to make. So let's get our inside done. So I'm going to adhere this DSP to the bottom here. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this DSP. And I know I say this all the time, but silicone mat is the greatest invention in crafting because it just is. If you know, you know. I've talked about it so many times. Okay. I hope everybody had a fun 4th of July. I did not do much. I kind of floated around in my pool. It was so hot here in Florida, as was everywhere else in the country. That's pretty much all I did all weekend. My husband was off, so it was nice. All right, these two are going to layer down right here. Before you adhere that down, I probably would do the stamping. Because if you make a mistake, you could just swap out your basic white piece. And if I make a mistake now, all these pieces are a waste, but we're just going to roll with it. So hopefully I don't make a mistake. So I'm using my Real Red ink, and I'm using that. It's the most wonderful time of year stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp that right in the middle. Just like that. Perfect. And that is the only stamping we are going to do because I already gone ahead and did my coloring, right? I already did my Santa coloring, and we don't need a sentiment for the front. But if you need a sentiment for the front, go ahead and maybe make a banner or something. All right, I'm going to adhere this to the inside of my card base, so that step is complete. You all know I either do the hardest step first or I start with the easiest steps. I always start with one or the other. I try to either do all my stamping first. Okay, that looks good, right? For an inside. I think that little DSP there finishes it off quite beautifully, if I must say so myself. All right, so all my embellishments and stuff, we're just going to push to the side. We're going to come in with the 4. This was that Real Red 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is going to cover the entire card base. Okay, so how I do that, I'm going to use liquid glue. So this gives me a little bit extra time. And I'm just going to cover this. My green glue. It looks like it's full, but it is almost done. I was using it already. So what I'm going to do is, if I use adhesive, I do this same technique. This is my technique. So I kind of line these up together, just like that. See what I'm doing? And I just kind of guide it in to cover my entire card base. And I think I did a pretty good job. No overhang, right? So that's how I cover my entire card bases. And that little bit of liquid adhesives gives you that little extra, if you needed to move it around a little. So we're going to take these small pieces and we're just going to set them aside a minute. We're going to adhere these 2 layers together. Straight down to the paper. No dimension or anything with this layer. And this is just showing that 1/8 of an inch white popping out. And now you're just going to adhere that to your card base, just like that. Again, this is very easy, uses up a lot of your stash items. So go through all of that holiday or birthday DSP that you have that you don't know what to do with, and make a whole bunch of gift card holders. Okay, so there's our front. That's it. Here's our card. Super easy, right? Beautiful, just like that, even if we wanted to stick a little embellishment. But what we're going to do is we're going to add that fun pop-up gift card holder. So now I'm going to adhere these two that way. Adhere these two together. Just like this. And we have to make a notch now. So whatever you use to make a notch, I'm going to use this hole punch right here. Go in just about in the middle, halfway. That looks about good. Just to make a little notch. So however you make a notch, go ahead and do that. That's going to go there. Now, what I am going to do, so first we need to add some adhesive here. Let me show you. Okay, so as you know, we have these strips, the foam adhesive strips. The width of this, see that? It's just a little too thick. So I buy rolls of foam on Amazon. Let me show you this. And it's thinner. So if you remember Close to My Heart used to sell the foam adhesive tape. And it was nice that they had a thin and a thickness. This is equal to about, there it is. That's about the thickness. So it's nice and thin, but I love this. So what I did was I cut strips of it. Okay, see what I did? I just cut a long piece and then cut it down the middle. So I had more of a strip because if you're going to put a gift card in here, you want, that's about all you have, right? So what I first did was I laid my gift card in here to see where I want it to like poke out. I think that was kind of good, right? And that's where I put my first piece of dimensional right at the bottom there. So it didn't go past that. Okay. If that makes sense. Then I know all I need to do now is go right along the edges here. Just like that. And then I'm going to take that other strip that I have and put it right against this side, like that. So see, I have a perfect little space for my gift card to go in and out of. Okay, so now that this is, because it's just not so, I just thought it was too thick. And, you know, if you want to use those foam adhesive strips or if your foam adhesive is a little thicker, totally okay. I just thought I liked it a little thinner, close to my card base. So now what we're going to do is take these backing off and we're going to lay this down kind of in this little bit to the bottom, like center, but closer to the bottom so that nothing hangs over the top there. I think that that looks good right about there. Okay, so look at this. How cool is that? You can make a tag and put a billfold right here and use a glue dot. And this is what I did with that big gem. So this is a something the recipient can hold on to. So I really thought that was cool. Okay, next, now that's it. Here's our card. So stinking easy, right? So next what I'm going to do, and again, if you have festive friends, love this bundle. Love, love, love. I'm going to put some adhesive on my tree here. And I'm going to put, so again, you can make this with any of your dies. So just pick a bundle and there you have it. So I'm not going to give you the dimensions for the scraps I used to cut these pieces out because you may not have festive friends. You may not do a holiday themed, Christmas themed gift card holder. You may do birthday, and that's totally okay. So I have my Santa on some of that foam tape. I'm just going to put it propped up right in the middle there, just like that. Okay, and then Um, I use that Happy Christmas. Now, there is backing on these, so you can pull them off and they would stick flat to your project. But because I wanted a little dimension, I put some foam adhesive there. And I can see a little bit of my adhesive is showing. So I'm gonna do a little surgery right here to get that perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. Happy Christmas is just gonna go along the bottom. You know, if you wanted to put it there, you can put it like this with Santa holding it, but I liked it along the bottom. I think it worked good. Hold on, sideways. Perfect. Love. Cute. Okay, now I'm going to take a few more of those embellishments and I'm going to put two more right here. I use the smaller ones. Tell you, these are so big. One there, there. And then I have this snowflake I cut out in some white um, glitter paper from my stash. And I know a lot of you picked up this set last year, so play with it, right? Like I do not just play with one time. Then you'll be seeing me use a lot of my Stampin' Thin cuts that I bought last year for some creative sessions this year. My card classes will always focus on a new bundle, but my creative sessions, I like to use some items from my stash. Look at how super easy that is. So cute. Okay, again, perfect for a gift card holder or create your own tag about this size and then just like fold a bill and put it in there. So when your recipient pulls it out, there'll be a bill there. Or just make a tag. You don't have to give a money or a gift card. Just put a sentiment in there. So this would be cool if you created a tag, maybe popped a hole, put some ribbon, and then wrote a message in there. So it's like a secret message, gift card holder, really cute. I hope you enjoyed this creative session this week. Super quick, super fun. And if you're part of my private Facebook crafty group on Facebook, I would love to see what you create. So be sure to create this and post it in the group. You may have an opportunity to win some happy mail at the end of the month. All right, everyone. I will see you next Tuesday. Have a great crafty week. Take care now.